Incorporated member, Canadian Western.
Good afternoon. So, it just dawned on me that, I always talk on this channel about things that I've done to mod the motorhome and make it more livable, more comfortable, more unique. I've always had a problem with the way motorhomes are manufactured, because they're manufactured for the.
So it's 2015, and
let's just be honest here. The motorhome industry, RV industry, their target market is elderly couples, retired couples who want to spend their retirement on a big, fancy, expensive RV or something like this for $140,000 new, because that's what they cost, and then they use them for 1 or 2 weeks a year by driving them from their driveway to the RV park and plugging them in. So it's obviously not the same market of people, of guys like us, that actually want to use them full-time for living and be off the grid. And that's why so many things are necessary to make them more livable. For example, you can't rely on one deep cycle battery. Well, I mean, I have been for a while, but that's because it's supplemented with solar. But still, one battery, no solar systems on most RVs from the factory. They're usually just becoming options now. And they don't have, very rarely will you find something with like a rain collection system, water collection, which is something I'm going to work on. By the way, there is a manufacturer, I think it's down in Australia, that's got that built into one of their rigs. Finally, their manufacturers are catching on. But things like the furnace, which are ridiculous battery hogs, as everyone knows with an RV, you can't live off the grid and boondock with the RV furnace on for more than one night without killing your batteries. So my solution was the marine fireplace, right? So there's a lot of other types of marine fireplaces and vented propane heaters out there that would work the same way, but they're not. The RV industry just isn't interested in that sort of thing. So I've done all these mods and improvements in my mind, and I have lots of things in the works right now, such as the carpet I'm doing and a couple other projects too, which I haven't even told you guys about yet, but they're in the works as well. I'll show you when they're all done. But I thought it'd be really interesting to ask you guys. I'll turn down that music just in case copyright hits me on YouTube there, in case their filters hear it. But anyways, it'd be really interesting to hear what you guys would do. If you had my rig, if you had this motorhome, what would you do? Forget the stuff I've already done. What would you do if it was yours to make it yours? I like the fact that everybody is different and everybody adds their unique touch to it. I don't subscribe in the notion that you should leave things stock the way they were for resale value or whatever it is. It's like, I can tell you right now, I could sell this for a huge profit over what I paid for it because of the modifications. And, we don't leave our houses and apartments, come on buddy, move. We don't leave our houses and apartments stock, do we? We renovate, we improve, we add things, we change things. So why would it be any different with a motorhome, camper van? By the way, this is Skid Row for Vancouver. Nice, eh? This is where you keep your windows up. And, yeah. And about 2 blocks from here, it becomes Financial District, and it's all like money. It's a big difference within 2 blocks. It's amazing. Anyways, that's not the subject at hand here. So yeah, if you were to get a motorhome like this, or you already have one, what plans do you have? What would you do with it? I'd like to hear your ideas, your suggestions. And you never know, maybe I'll hear something from you guys that would really pique my interest, and maybe I'll end up implementing. Hey, if you guys mention something that I end up doing to this motorhome, I don't know, I'll send you a t-shirt or something, give you props on my YouTube channel. But I'd like to hear the ideas out there. I mean, I've had lots of suggestions already of people, things that they would like to see me add to this. Some aren't practical, like for example, under tank 12 volt or tank heaters, 12 volt tank heaters, to keep the tanks from freezing. But you see, it's not something that I need to spend or invest any money into because it doesn't really get to freezing around here. And I don't really see myself anytime in the near future traveling and camping in a place that's below freezing very, very much. At least not too much. Like, I'll go to the ski hills where it goes a little bit below freezing, but not enough to worry about. Not enough to worry about your tanks, especially if you're inside keeping the place warm and using your water system and everything. But I mean, you know, where it gets really cold, like eastern US and Canada, where it's freaking way below freezing. But anyways, other suggestions too, like a windmill. I have thought about putting a windmill on it. Not really for some practical something I could use while I'm urban camping, stealth camping in the city, but it would be something you could use when you're, say, parked at the beach during the summer, or out, you know, out in the mountains and things like that, where it would come in handy. It'd be kind of neat too. So it's something I'm considering doing. I've had other people with their ideas of what they would do with the interior, remodeling, changing the cabinets up, things like that, you know. So I'd like to hear all you brainiacs out there. A lot of people are really smart and have some great ideas. Oh man, this sucks. This is rush hour. I'm just leaving North Vancouver, trying to get through downtown Vancouver to get over to the west side of Vancouver. And unfortunately, it involves at least 2 bridges and driving through downtown during rush hour. Good times, eh? There's some other things too, like you know, for when it comes to suggestions, like you guys should know my style by now and the things I like and dislike about RVs. Like one of the things I hate about RVs from the factory, aside from the stupid furnaces, and is things like windows. Like these things are just covered in windows. Like some of them have more glass than they have walls. It's just absolutely ridiculous when it comes to insulation, both in the summer and in the winter. It's kind of about, but then again, the target market, they just want to have floor-to-ceiling Vista windows to see outside all the time. I don't know what it is with that. If I, fucking somebody phoning me. Of course. If I were to build my own camper out of a cube van or an empty high-top van or something like that, I'd probably have one tiny little window somewhere above the kitchen or something like that. Not big enough to even get in, like so no one could smash it and climb in. But that's all you need. And if you want natural light, you put a couple of good little skylights on the roof, or even just one skylight. That's plenty of light. But I don't understand why you want windows all the way around an RV. It's a huge security. Anybody can walk by with a rock or a spark plug and they're in your house immediately. And I mean, that's why I have the film, the protection, the shatterproofing on my windows. But I was looking into the cost of removing my windows and fiberglassing them in completely. But it was just cost prohibitive. It would cost thousands of dollars to get that done. So I looked at some other things too, like getting security bars or screens put over top of the outside of the glass. You know, I might even do that eventually. Kind of make it like a zombie mobile, right? I'd like to have that all around, even the windshield. Also, it protects you from rocks and trees and branches and things like that, right? It's a little more important when it's your house full time, exposed to the elements. You don't want it to be, you don't want things to be able to break in easily, whether it's a human being or whether it's a rock or, any other act of nature. And it's a little more important than a commuter car where you just call your insurance company and get your windshield fixed. And it's not, but you're kind of screwed if you're on the side of the road and someone smashes your bedroom window open. I just think windows are ridiculous in these. I mean, at least these ones are protected to an extent, and they're black tinted. So it doesn't let too much light in, and it helps insulating for the summer, so it doesn't get too hot. And but you can still see outside if you want to. But for the most part, my curtains are always closed. Anyways. So, but you guys kind of know what my style is and all that. But again, this video is not about that. But I mean, just what kind of suggestions? What would you do if you had this vehicle? How would you make it unique? How would you improve upon it, in your opinion? Because I'm sure most of you would agree that most RVs off the factory lot need a lot of improvements. I mean, I would love to be in the RV industry and kind of kick their ass a little bit. Like, everything built for boats is so much better than RVs. Like, my heater is marine. My TV is marine. And anything you buy for a boat, like even my roof vent, I was going to replace with the marine vent. The marine vents are waterproof. They're not made of that flimsy plastic like RV vents, which always blow off or break or whatever and have to get replaced. The marine vents, you can actually stand on them. They're so tough. Yes, they cost a few $100s, but they'll outlast you. So I've actually been looking at getting one of those put in here. But I have something else planned for my roof, so I can't put that vent in. Anyways, you guys will see that in the future too very soon. Anyways, just so this video isn't too long and rambling and all the rest of that, don't use up all my data uploading it so you guys can see it. I'm going to cut it off right about now, but I look forward to seeing to seeing all your awesome suggestions below, and we'll talk to you all later. Keep on rocking the free world, everyone. I hope you're having a great week. It's been a fantastic week here. The weather's been nice. It's been nice and warm. And I hope that spring arrives for all the rest of you back east soon. I kind of feel bad for y'all. All right, cheers, everyone.